Hey guys, coming back at you with more videos to talk about trees. Not really trees themselves. We're now into actually we've got a lot of our objects down, a lot of our models created for the little section of a grove that's going to be the fighting tutorial area. But what we now need to get into is creating the leaves and the textures for that area. And what I've done here is in a separate program, I created this basic outline of what I want a leaf branch to look like. To create leaves for video games, you don't create individual leaves. You create this branch system and then you create the leaves on there, and it's just this flat texture plane that you use. So I've created this. This is kind of just like my base colors. I wanted to just create something that I could test with and work with a little bit just to see how to get leaves to be populated on my trees and how to get the best look, the best approaches, and all that type of stuff. So this texture will improve. This is just what the base colors are going to be. And as you can see, I've already gotten leaves on this tree. They look a little weird right now. Again, base colors, me testing things out, making sure that I can get something that is workable for the game. And this is 100% workable. The texture itself for the leaves is very low poly. It's only like 8 faces for that leaf texture, and that leaf plane. So that's very good. That's all we really need to be able to create a great leaf plane. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I came to this right on over here. So all I did was I just had to go into edit mode, go down here. Where's my vertex groups? There they are. Go through, add a vertex group, select all the branches and just the areas where I would like to see leaves on my tree. So you just kind of go through, select them all, select all the different areas. La-dee-dee-da. It's nothing too special too. You don't want to go crazy. I just want to make sure I have all these ends kind of selected. Some areas down here is fine because we want some leaves to populate all over the place. And grab the bottoms. And then I'll just assign these to this vertex group. Just make sure they're assigned. And then we'll go over, we'll add a particle system. We'll change it over to hair. We'll tell it to render on object. And then we'll need to add, still figuring this out. So we need to add our vertex group where we created it. We'll add in our plane as our group. Probably be in object mode. There we go. And so as you can see with the vertex group that we've created, the leaves all are placed in that area. But as of right now, it's very much uniform. We're going to want to add in some random aspects to it all. So render as object, bring up the scale a little bit, add some random to the scale. We're going to lower that number to 10 just so that we can better see this. And so we have vertex group, hair shape. No, we don't want hair shape. Where is the things that I want? They're all over the place. There's so many little tiny things for all of this that's just hidden in every little area. There we go. I need it advanced on. And we want to global Z, and then randomize that, that, and that. There we go. Bring up that scale just a little bit more. Add a whole bunch of leaves now. We'll add a little bit more to this one. Why not? Let's go to 350. 350. A little bit more leaves. And as you can see, with that done, we now have leaves on a tree. And that's all it really takes, is having this randomization on the rotation, the scale, and a proper vertex group and plane texture to create leaves. Super easy, clumps them all in there, and it'll actually work for the game. Most trees, when you look at it, they do create more of a bushel effect. You'll have a bush here and a bush here, and it's just these branches that are just growing as a bush on top of the tree. And this kind of gets that effect. It doesn't get it perfectly, but it will work for the style and approach that I want for my game. Is that close to realism, but not quite there, because I want to add a stylistic approach to everything. I want this to be my style in the video game. I don't want it to be that hyper realistic realism, because there's every game can do hyper realism. Everybody can go towards that route. And yeah, it'll look really gorgeous, but it's boring. It's there. It's already done. It's been done so many times before. And it's just, I enjoy seeing more games with a stylistic approach to things. Games like Prey has a very stylistic approach. Arcane Studios, just in general, has a very wonderful style choice where it's kind of very close to hyperrealism, but it has that pencil effect to it where you can see all these pencil drawn details, or this artistic approach of creating a canvas painting. So that's a very fun style. Borderlands, Gearbox Studios has a great style where it's that cell shading a lot, and it has kind of this comic book feel to it. And so I'm trying to just create my own style, not in their styles, but in my own version of what I like to see in a game, where it has this creative approach of creating a beautiful landscape that doesn't require every player to have this big, massive graphics card to play the game. And so now that we have a method to create leaves, I can start working on fine tuning my textures for the leaves and creating some textures for the tree trunks, the rocks, the grass, all sorts of things. So this is a shorter video. Now that we have this done, I'll be able to start creating some longer videos of discussing textures, because as much as I love modeling things, I get very into the technical side of textures. I enjoy looking into all the minor things about it and getting them all fine-tuned and created. So with that said, we'll finally be able to get this ball rolling and add leaves and textures to everything, and be what 25% there to having the tutorial level completed and our vertical slice done. So stay tuned, guys. Hope you've been enjoying these videos. I'm planning on creating more of these and getting more content into the channel here in the next couple of weeks. So please stick around. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. Would love to hear from you guys. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next video.